Hello, Bill. This is Bear from Wave, and today, as you can see, we're gonna take a look at the S&P. So before we get started, I want to say thank you for the support. I did see an increasing number of likes and subscribers. So once again, apologies if I sound redundant, but if you appreciate my work, all I ask for in return would be a nice like to the video, and if you want to subscribe, so you can also stay updated to all the updates that I bring to the channel. So yeah, that would be very much appreciated, as I don't need money, just want your support. That helps. Now, the S&P. So I did the Nasdaq the day before Christmas, I think. So we're gonna explore the S&P. Now with the S&P, obviously we have more. The S&P is older than the Nasdaq. So 57 is actually when the S&P was founded. I mean, founded in quotes. And from there we can kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, obviously, if this count is correct, there should be a subdivision here somewhere. Probably not just showing up. But if this count is correct, this wave 5 could be the end of a drastic bull market. You understand that? Which is why it's reasonable to assume that this wave 5 is going to end as far from now as possible. Now, I hate when this happens, but we're going to fix it together. As you guys know, I don't like to, if you're new to the channel, first of all, welcome. I don't like to prepare counts. I rather have them I rather do them together. So you can also, hopefully, I'll try to show some of my thinking process, and that might help. At least that's my opinion. Now, so let's focus on the move up. Now, on the move up, obviously, if you're looking at a wave 5, we need 5 subways. Now, there's different ways to count it. Let me see if. Okay, so one way to look at it is, okay, so we have potential 1, 2, and then upside, which is possible. And remember, this is a wave. Okay, it's gone. It's a wave 5. Cycle 5, so we could also end up to be a what's it called, an anti-diagonal. So that's one way to look at it. With a 1, 2, 1, that would be my show on the daily, not here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3, ABC up, and then wave 2 possible. Then we have 1, 2, 1, 2. I already know if he's gonna watch this, I already know he's gonna be laughing, because he says I'm a fan of 1, 2s, 1, 2s, but it's the S&P, and this way you could count it as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 maybe. I need to, some investigation would have to be done. I could also count it as this, perhaps. Yeah, I like this better. And you can investigate on this as much as you want, to be honest. So that's also another way to look at it. What do I like about it? Sideways, sharp, and side doesn't really matter if it's a 1, 2, 1, 2, but that's another way to. This is the most conservative way to look at things. So the most conservative count that I have. A 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and as I said, here we have alternation. So sideways 2, sharp 4, we have alternation. Now obviously wave 3 was shorter than 1. Now remember, the rule does not say wave 3 has to be the longest. It says it does not have to be the shortest. It cannot be the shortest. I see many newer people get into Elliott get that mistaken. If that red line should represent equality of 5 against 3, it does. So if we move north of $7,600, then we have invalidation. If not, this is still possible. Now, at this point, you may ask, Barrett, which one is going to be? I don't know. If, as I like to say on the channel, if I knew, I wouldn't be here. But what I can say is, so far, I don't see any reason to be bearish. If you look at major stocks, yes, we could be seeing a pullback soon, but we still have a more upside to go. Now, if you want to see a pullback, what count makes the most sense? Probably this one, maybe. This one, or I don't know. It's not an easy question. Now here, if we zoom in, oh, by the way, let's try to help ourselves with momentum. So momentum was pretty strong here and here. So this could have been a third of a third. So let's see. Let's see what I can get. Okay, here, this could fit. So here the strongest momentum, and that could have been a third of a third. Third of a third. Maybe. Possible. Now remember, actually, back in the days, the Elliott himself noticed that wave 5 used to be the extended waves, not wave 3s. That's a nice trick you may not know about. And here we're starting to have some divergence, even though it could easily clear up. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't like these show on the weekly. My apologies. Perfect. Okay, so to be honest, let's measure things. So this was a 25% move. This was a 27. So it's similar, which is why I think this is also possible. A bit drastic, but possible. And this is also possible because it's technically a bit larger. And usually pullbacks are not, especially when it's not a major bear market such as 09 or here in the 70s, 74 with the oil crisis, if I'm not mistaken. I definitely wasn't alive. I was alive here, but not old enough to. I do remember something, but I was still a little kid. So I definitely remember this though. Anyways, and okay. What was I gonna say? I forgot. That's when you know I'm getting old. I'm ranting. Sorry, people. But what I wanted to say is, yes, equalities. Pretty much. Oh, yes, pullbacks are not that large in these markets. As you can see here, every pullback that is not a major one. So as you can, they tend to retrace like what? See, 38%. And then here, let's see, 38%. And to be honest, even this one, the 07, 08, yes, it was large, it took time, but it was a 23% pullback on, if you compare to, when it comes to comparing to the previous move higher. Obviously, if from the highs, this was a 50%, yeah, 50% move. But, they are not that, so here, obviously, you could argue, well, Barrett didn't even meet the 23.6. You're right. If this was a wave 1, also not quite 23. So I don't know. It's not easy. I guess the fact it opens up the possibility of either 1 2 1 2, but also this one would be possible. I don't know. As I said, this is pretty. There's so many viable options, at least the way I see it. Happy to know what you guys think in the comments. That it's not easy. Now, if we want to focus on the short term, we're gonna have to pick a count. If we pick this one, for instance, 3 4. Let's pick. What did I have in here? Okay, so let's get rid of that. This one. Now, I genuinely don't like this. Let's pick this one. 1 2. So here. So first of all, okay, we know equality of these moves. So we know equality stands at 7,000. We've already seen that. Okay, never mind. I was trying to look for. There you go. Quality stands at 7,000, roughly here. So we could expect, if no matter what this is, if unless it's the most bearish scenario that I showed you, we're on primary wave 5, we could expect this upside to be met. Now a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. This is pretty much overlapping. So let's do this. 1 2 1 2. I don't like this. It's kind of a similar story as the Nasdaq as we did last week. Let's look for perfect. Okay, so and here we could be having some nasty move into wave 5s, some sort of a diagonal as we overlap. 5 3. Because here, as if you remember last time around on the Nasdaq, I pointed out the possibility of having something like this in place. I said this was possible, which it is. Not the best looking one, but possible, very much so. If we also do this, I think in the middle line, yes, perfect. So it actually fits in a way. And here we're still trading within the, as you can see here, we're respecting this. So it makes sense we could be in something like this. And if we look at the Nasdaq, so indices, Nasdaq. Okay, so here on the Nasdaq, what we were saying last time around is that we could be in some sort of wave 5. We're moving up, as you can see, very similarly. So we could expect the same. Now I should have. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up, but now you could count this, but good luck, because if it is an anti-diagonal, best of luck counting it. Subdivision for an anti-diagonal is 3 3 3 3 3, so 5 times 3. ABC ABC 5 times. I think this would fit. Let me just do this for the making. You could also, so for this one, 1 2 3 4, which doesn't break, it's not invalidation. 5, I don't like this. Because it's too short. I don't really like it. I think I had a count like that in the Nasdaq, but in the Nasdaq it was a bit deeper. I don't really like it. To be fair, I'd rather count it like this. Okay, so I'd rather say 1 2 3 4 5. And I understand that. Okay, so we're very close to invalidation, because obviously, once again, wave 3 cannot be the shortest. Equality of 5 against 3 stands at $6,150. So I understand this is unlikely at this point in time. To be honest, it would make more sense. Nah, not really. 1 2. Nah. I don't know, people. I don't really like it. You're kind of like this. I mean, as you can understand, I hope this video was of any help, but for the Nasdaq, sorry, for the S&P, don't really have a clear scenario of what is going on. As you can see, I have different options, but I'm not married. I mean, you should never be married to an account, and I'm definitely not married to one of these accounts, as you can tell. But I still hope I can be of some help. Any questions, obviously, let me know down in the comments. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit unclear. I'm more, I like more some individual stocks, which I'll be happy to bring you on the next update. Let me know if you have any requests. But I think I'm gonna end it because I don't really have much to say. I showed you some alternatives. So because here for the longer term, there's, as you can see, there's a bit of confusion. Really, upside is there. It's just a matter of how much upside left there is, and it is a bit, at least in the way I look at it, it's more unclear here than it is, once again, at least for me, on the Nasdaq. That being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.